Hey everybody, it's Monday. It's a new week. It's time for Off the Ledge. It is the 17th of November, 2025. I hope you're hanging in there. As we watch the regime tumble down in defeat because the light keeps slaying it. I just want to say that we have to expect that things are going to get a little bit worse before they get better. So I don't mean that as bad news. I just mean that as like there's a lot of movement going on, and we really have to hold steady. We have to just go to our peaceful place, because that's like the point of most power, is in our peacefulness and in our stillness. And I really mean that. It is true. So the more we can teach ourselves to reel it in when we feel the news is giving us a gut punch, reel it in, go to your quiet place, take those deep breaths in, the breaths I teach, you breathe in as deeply as you can and hold it as long as you can, and then follow that by a really long exhalation. That lowers the cortisol level in your system. Another thing that works really well is emotional freedom tapping. You could look it up, EFT. A guy named Nick Ortner, Ortner, back in like 2012, kind of repopularized tapping. These are just techniques that you can use to bring the adrenaline and the cortisol, the stress hormone levels down. So those are very practical things. And as always, I recommend Miracle of Mind, the app, the free app that Sadhguru made, and you can meditate in as little as 7 minutes. These are the tools that will get us through. Oh, my sign just flipped over. In case you want to book a reading, it's psychic@dion.com. These are the tools that will get us through. And we need tools to get us through. So on that note, definitely check out church from yesterday. My sermons are getting really very pointed, and I'm getting my practice up, because we're going on 5 years of Church of Spirituality. So there's some very important messages in the sermon from yesterday. If you don't have time to watch the whole service, I guess it's like the last 10 or 15 minutes is the sermon. Let's read from our buddy Ernest. It's like a mini Ernest. I just love that. I'm going to write to them and tell them how much I love the Ernest Holmes cutout from the Science of Mind archives. November 17th is entitled Sympathy. My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth. It's bright in here. Basking in the light. Here we go. Humanity and divinity will be identical when we recognize divinity and humanity. That's a brilliant statement. We must learn to see through the apparent, to not judge according to appearances, and to realize that at the center of every person's soul, God is enthroned. Sympathy and compassion are the ties that bind us together in mutual understanding and in the unified attempt to uncover the divinity in each other. Sympathy is the most gentle of all human virtues, for it is the outpouring of the divine givingness through humanity. And so it is. And that is kind of what I talked about yesterday in the sermon. Okay. Let's listen to Kathy Beale. I'm going to make this a short one today. I have a meeting in a little while. Kathy. I've lost Kathy. Let me pull 3 cards and then we'll find it. Oh, what? Never mind. Here it is. I'm moving things around. Here's Kathy Beale, our astrology forecast for today.
This is Kathy Beale of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro Insight for November 17th, 2025. Cowabunga! Oh boy, are we riding the waves today? We've got another one of the water grand trines that I've been talking about, and this one could show you what you've mastered, and it could also really, really, really change or show you how much your attitude has changed toward outer authority. Also, look in the waters around you, because the flotsam and jetsam that's bobbing around has really important, interesting secrets, revelations, bits of information that change a lot for you, maybe for everybody. That's all for now. This is Kathy Beal of Impact.
I would say that this week, the deluge of leaks and more information that's been hidden, I feel like this week is going to be like, I know it's a lot. We're just being flooded with information that's been hidden about the most heinous crimes imaginable. And speaking of heinous crimes, I'm going to call my representatives today, whichever that I can get into contact with, and we need to shut down ICE. I mean, this morning I thought we can call it AAI, Americans Against ICE. If you're on board with me for something like that, just let me know. Americans Against ICE. It's kind of like AI. It's AAI. I think it'll catch people's attention. It's just, I do feel like the people will get it to stop. I do. But there's a lot of damage being done. They were in South Carolina or North Carolina yesterday. And it's, you know, these people that are committing crimes against humanity need to be in prison. Kristi Noem and Tom Homan, who I couldn't even believe what he was saying yesterday, because Pope Leo came out and he's getting the bishops together to speak out against this murderous behavior. Let's just call it what it is. Human trafficking. That's what I'm calling it. And Tom Homan's response to that was that he's a Catholic and he's doing the right thing, that he's saving people's lives. It's always the opposite. The evil and the demonic turns things around. That is trademark. I've mentioned it many times before. The demonic flips things backwards. And that's their brand. Stay awake. All right, let's pull 3 cards. And let's remember too, just speaking of staying awake and woke, they think that empathy and compassion are bad and are an inconvenience and are troublesome. We got a long way to go to crawl ourselves back, but we have no choice. Failure is not an option. Failure to save our democracy is not an option. We've got to be 100% all in, totally committed. So let's check ourselves today. How committed are we? And I've been on my soapbox about, you know, the whole idea, that whole sort of cliche, oh, we don't talk about politics. It's time to talk about politics. Because it's us not talking about politics a forbidden subject matter that got us where we are. I think about when I watch like old, you know, you can go back and find these things on YouTube, old like 70s sitcoms or laugh shows. What's striking about that time period is they always brought up, you know, like the Supreme Court or you know, democracy. They always brought up words that had to do with what was going on in our country. Even a sitcom, they would mention the name of the president, if it was Nixon or Ford, or, you know, and it's like, how did we get to a place where we don't talk about it? Because if you ignore something, it's going to get worse, right? If you ignore something that you're responsible for, that's a recipe for disaster. So saying, oh, we can't talk about politics is ignoring something that needs our attention. I think we got the message now. I just like to talk about it. So politics. These cards are very apropos. This is politics. It's going to intensify. We're seeing what used to be known as the Republican Party dismantle. Interestingly enough, their whole plan, Project 2025, is to dismantle our democracy. The Republican Party is dismantling. And it's all in the name of morality. They're really at a crossroads. The ones that don't want to have the Epstein files released because they're under pressure from the orange buffoon monster. This is soul searching time. If they have souls, they got to be searching them. Do we really want to give a pass to child sex trafficking? Do they really want us that to be their history, especially those of them who have children? It's amazing. That's what I have for you today. I hope you have a beautiful day, and please hit the thumbs up, please hit the hype button if you see it, and share if you want to, and members get benefits, get free perks, get free videos included in their membership, so check that out too. And I will see you later on. I'll do a video and upload it. Have a great day, and namaste.